Hello, everybody. It is so exciting to be here today. I want to go ahead and encourage you, as always, go ahead and get those cameras on. It doesn't matter if you're having a bad hair day like me, just get something to cover it up. Let's see those smiling faces. Let's cheer on our competitors as we are in the home run stretch of the semester and of Rocket Pitch. If you go ahead and look at your screen, we have a well-rounded group with us here today. It's a mix of students. We got an alumni in here. Welcome. Thank you for coming back. Tribe is the gift that keeps on giving. We have fellows, faculty, coaches. Thank you all for being here today. It is a very exciting time, as today is the Rocket Pitch Faceoff. Can we get a round of applause for that? Whoa, yes. This is the energy I love to see. My name is Tyler Stanfield. I'm the program coordinator for Rocket Pitch. Um, I help run this event. We have a good time every weekend, and it is so much fun. You guys today are also so important here as you will be voting. If you looked in the chat already, there is a link from Katie that will go ahead and just click that to check in. When you check in, it'll send an email to your email address that you input with the voting form. If you want to go ahead and have that open, it takes a few minutes to figure out. So no rush, no rush. There's plenty of time. We have so many guests to us today. Yeah, Katie, you can go ahead and put that back in the chat one more time for anybody that's joined since. And we have our wonderful coaches, Tim Murray, Andrew Lloyd Williams, Terry Walker. Thank you guys for being here with us as well. And we also have some guest faculty with us, Chris McCoy and Karen Connor. Thank you. But also, we have some guests from our sponsors. Thank you guys at Ferguson for all that you do. And today we have with us Ian Wolfe and Blake Luce. And actually, Ian has quite a story to share. So, Ian, would you like to go ahead and talk about it with us?
Sure, certainly. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me. Glad to be back. My name is Ian. Feels a little crazy to be talking to you guys as a William and Mary alum, but I'm currently a product designer working with Ferguson. And a couple months ago, I was still taking classes at the university, going into my senior year, and hearing Graham from the Entrepreneurship Center and Blake from Ferguson talk about the Ferguson Innovation Challenge, which was really this great competition opportunity that I was instantly hooked on. Basically, a chance to develop a project from the ground up and then pitch it in front of Ferguson, really higher ups in the room who are interested in what you're having to say, really value what you're putting on. So for me, that was kind of key. I love working on projects like that. I saw it as an opportunity again. I was going into my senior year, applying for jobs, and really sitting back at this passive process, waiting to hear back. For me, it was an opportunity to get involved with something, work on a project that I was interested in and something that could actually result in a potential internship opportunity with Ferguson. And I didn't see a lot of other interview opportunities with cash prizes at the end. So that was really all the convincing I needed. I got some of my friends involved. We were able to compete with it. And fortunately for my sake, I think there was free food that got everyone convinced on my side. But the reason I wanted to talk to you guys about it was because, I think it was really helpful for me. I think it opened a lot of doors to end up where I am now, doing something that I'm really interested in. The experience as a whole with the competition and everything else was really built on the back of William and Mary, the Entrepreneurship Center, who put out great resources. If you are not involved yet, please do get involved. And Ferguson Ventures as well. They put out mentors. They had people involved with the company who were working with us every step of the way, basically developing these great pitches for solutions and giving us access to interviews, research, everything we needed to really succeed. Everyone working on this project is super invested in you succeeding and then having a really great competition for everyone. So that was really my experience with the competition. We competed from day one. We worked really hard. We got second place. Absolutely no one on my team was at all disappointed with that. The caliber of work that went into it was incredible. Every single person that presented put out a team project that was really, really well received. And at the end of the day, we walked away with this great opportunity, which we could speak to in interviews as an example of something that we were a part of as a team, solving problems, pitching, really organizing on our own. So that was a huge value for me. And then also as a follow-up from that, I got extended an opportunity along with two other students to actually internship with Ferguson Ventures, which was a really great experience. I'm really glad that I accepted it. Ferguson as a corporation is very large. They're a powerhouse, but Ferguson Ventures is a small team. Everyone there is really talented. They work on developing basically new ideas for projects, innovation really quickly. They're able to get started on stuff and get it out there in front of people very fast. It's a very dynamic environment, which, just coming out of college, that was something I was looking for, really gaining experience in a team like that. And everyone on the team is really good at what they do. I worked under James Field, who is an incredible designer. Dave Nickens is director of innovation. You can talk for hours about AI or the future. Everyone on the team, all the way up to Blake, is really great. So it is a great team to learn from. Anyway, long story short, no matter what you were doing, there is a position for you at Ferguson Ventures to really explore. It felt like an extension of the competition in that, everyone was invested in making sure that I had a great experience, that I had visibility throughout the team. By the end of it, I was able to work on projects that were not only important, but I could show. I presented to the CMO. I had my work shown off to the CEO, and I was able to basically turn that into a full-time position, going off of my experience with the internship, and then also with the competition. Everything I did up until that point, I think contributed, and it was a great experience for me. So if anyone's on the fence about it, definitely go towards it. It's a really cool opportunity, and I would recommend it for sure. So that's really all I've got. I'll turn it back to you guys. Thanks again for having me.
Thank you so much for sharing. That is absolutely incredible. That is phenomenal. You went from student to intern to full-time, and your story is just so remarkable, and it speaks to everything that we hope to inspire in our students here in the Entrepreneurship Center. If you guys are looking to get engaged with this Ferguson Innovation Challenge that Ian has so delightfully shared with us, you have to look no further than your inbox. For if you look at the last newsletter from the Entrepreneurship Center, the link to sign up and apply is already there. It'll be posted in Slack yet again. Go ahead, tell your friends, get excited about it. It's a big opportunity, and as you've obviously heard, it's a lot of fun, great experience, great work time. So go ahead and get involved with that, sign up for that. Now, for Rocket Pitch, today we have a smaller scale version of that. If you want to just dip your toes in the pool and see how this is going, we have our 3 champion contenders for Rocket Pitch. What is Rocket Pitch? Well, Rocket Pitch is a 2-minute pitch that covers a problem, market, competition, and solution. For the Faceoff, the contestants have 3 minutes this time. And what's really exciting about the Faceoff is the stakes. Normally, contestants come, they compete for $100, and it's like, oh, cool, $100. That's my first investment into my startup. But today, not only are they getting the $100, but we will take the extra time, steps, and care to ensure that they are well connected with the William & Mary Alumni Network that can help further their ideas into a professional workspace, take their ideas from just ideas to prototype stages, to startup stages, to coaching you all the way through the process of getting your idea from rocket pitch to Shark Tank ready and beyond. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let Zach Skolnekovich, senior finance major, take the stage with Ebot Capital. You have 3 minutes. If you need to share your presentation, let me know, and I will go ahead and start the timer when you're ready.
I do have to share my presentation. And also, before we start, this was kind of a last minute thing. I have a partner in Haiti who was able to join the call. His name's Bishu, if you want to unmute and say hi to everybody. I have not seen him in 3 years, so this is pretty incredible. But he's planning to work with me on this. We haven't been able to really connect because of school and conflicts of time, but over winter break, we're really planning on kind of diving into this. So before my 3 minutes started, I just wanted to introduce him. It's great to see him, and hopefully can answer some questions after I'm done kind of giving our pitch here.
Oh, thank you for joining us, Bishu. That's incredible. I'm glad we can make a space for you here. Always welcome, always. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Gosh, I love Bishu. All right, let's roll. All right, so thanks for having me, everybody. My name is Zach Skolnekovich, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about Ebot Capital. So pictured here, just a few pictures from my mission trips that I took to Haiti while I was in high school. They kind of reflect and highlight some of the business environments in Haiti right now. As you can see, they're kind of dire, a little underdeveloped, and current solutions are kind of just along the lines of periodical or yearly donations that really kind of go to inefficient systems and don't really make a change. So my proposition is a self-sustaining, nonprofit microfinance institution with a mission to empower Haitian entrepreneurs. So to simplify that mouthful, essentially what we're trying to do is empower Haitian entrepreneurs by providing them small micro business loans and training and support programs to in hope equip these qualified entrepreneurs to have the confidence, also the skill set to really chase their dreams. And in this case, it's to start their own business. The ultimate goal of this venture, though, is to have it completely Haitian run. We don't want to have a lot of US involvement. Obviously, we're still going to be partners. We're going to provide resources where we can. But I want this to become where Haitians can teach each other and really can take this and run with it instead of having the US involvement. Progress we've made so far is really developing our business model canvas around the ideas of equipping Haitian entrepreneurs with the tools and the confidence they need to be successful. Also, around this idea of normalcy. A lot of the times these donations are given and they don't have any accountability, I guess. So what I'm trying to develop here is have this operate as a normal business partnership where if I'm going to invest in you, I expect some sort of reinvestment or payback. So that's the idea we're getting at there. We've also talked to some experienced partners or planning on meeting them with them over winter break. I spoke with Claire Monel last week through a connection with Rachel Frazier. I plan to talk to some nonprofits in Pittsburgh that work in Haiti that I have connections to, and also some missionaries. And lastly, pictured is our lovely Bishu. I think that picture is pretty old. He doesn't really look like that anymore, as you can see, but he'll be doing some customer interviews with us as we continue to develop those questions to either validate or invalidate our business model canvas. In terms of market opportunities right now, 93% of the labor market is either unemployed or have unstable or non-wage workers, which pretty much means they'll work and not be guaranteed a wage. So there's a big opportunity there to be met. As well, the competitive landscape, you have a Haiti focused and a global focus, but this market is not really saturated. There is a high demand with not a lot of supply. So we will be moving into a market that is that will be able to be successful in relation to big competitors. And I think a lot of these competitors can be a model that we can build off of. So Sharks, who would like to help me empower some Haitians and make some change? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Zach. Fantastic presentation. And always, yep, go ahead and give them a round of applause. Cheer them on. They worked hard on this. They deserve this. Yes. As you're watching all these pitches, remember, keep your voting form open. Go ahead and hit those metrics. Our goal is to have those in before we head into the breakout session at the end of the last pitch. So next up, we have Kara Simpson, who's an MBA, and she will be presenting full immersion.
All right, ready to go. Now, I would like to start my pitch with some breathing. I invite everybody to inhale with me, expanding your stomach, your ribs, your chest, and a full breath out. Now again, really feel it calming down, expanding your stomach, your ribs, your chest. Exhaling again. Now on this third inhale, really expand, take in as much air as you can, and now try to hold your breath as I start this timer. As you're holding your breath, see how long you can go, and I'll tell you about my favorite sport, and that's freediving. In the sport of freediving, the world record is an 11.5-minute breath hold, and the deepest dive is 427 feet. To put that into context, that's between the height of the Statue of Liberty and the Washington Monument. And freediving has a ton of benefits. There's stress relief, joint benefit to your joints, increased flexibility, more self-confidence, better water safety, improved focus, increased oxygen efficiency, and improved fitness. And a lot of these benefits you can get without even entering a pool or the ocean. This is a map showing the locations of freediving schools around the world. And there's not all that many, and they're only really located in areas that have access to clear, deep blue water. But now imagine that you could try freediving for the first time or get the opportunity to practice it from the comfort of your own home with the experienced freediver right there giving you direct advice. This is full immersion, and we are offering a virtual freediving experience. This includes for beginners or potentially to people who couldn't usually enter the sport of freediving due to physical or mental difficulties. We offer a safe introduction from anywhere in the world. For intermediate divers, we offer immersive breath hold training. For advanced freedivers, we can offer realistic competition dive simulations. Why invest? And that's because we don't compete, we complement what's already out there. We make freedive training accessible from anywhere with the goal to grow the sport visibility and create opportunities to increase revenue for freedive instructors and certification agencies. There are 13 major certification agencies that currently exist in the world, and they all have various training protocols and programs. Some even have apps with opportunities for you to practice outside of the pool on dry lands, but none of them have anything like this. And the timing here is so great because of the launch of the Oculus Quest 2, which has projected sale goals of 10 million units. That means that that's our potential customer group. It takes the sport of freediving from the few people with the opportunity and the resources to access it into a much, much greater network of people. So coming into the next steps, I'll be validating this idea. I'll be in Mexico in December, finishing my freedive certification training, developing the course to go along with this application, and looking to get a letter of support from an actual freediving school to take this idea to the next level. Now you can exhale.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Kara. Wonderfully done. Yes. Whoa. Let's go, crowd. Yes, that is awesome. Okay. And our last pitch in this face-off competition will be Amanda Welligerod. She's a sophomore, marketing major, and she will be talking about sports earring guard.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Willigrad, and I'm a sophomore marketing major here at William & Mary. From elementary school all the way through high school, I played competitive lacrosse, and I want to tell you about a really common problem that I encountered several times throughout my career. It's a classic tale. An athlete wants to get their ears pierced, but they don't want to have to sit out of practice and games for 2 whole months. If you or someone you know also went through this struggle as a young athlete, lend me your ears while I share with you my solution. The Sports Earring Guard, a revolutionary way for young athletes to protect their ears while still excelling in their sport. Let's backtrack. The rule requiring athletes to remove all jewelry, especially earrings, before playing is merely seeking to prevent the catastrophe that could arise from collision, such as ripped earlobes or earrings being driven into the side of the neck. This rule, however, neglects an important reality, which is that by taking a newly pierced earring out, you're exposing an open wound to a plethora of infections. Now, lots of athletes will try to get away with putting Band-Aids around the earring, but most certified officials won't let this slide. There are also clear earrings that athletes can sometimes get away with, but these aren't really solving the safety issue at hand. And in fact, in the market currently, there actually isn't any solution that safely solves this problem, but I'd like to change that. My idea for the design of the sports earring guard is a silicone clip that surrounds the earring and fixes to the front and back of the ear. It will essentially be a hollow clamp that comfortably secures above the earring on both sides, leaving the earring free to move for comfort purposes, but protecting it from any outside impacts or snag hazards. Now let's talk about the market. A direct quote from ESPN states that youth sports is so big that no one quite knows how big it actually is. That being said, organized sports do have a few statistics. These say that about 69% of girls from age 8 to 17 partake in organized sports. This means there's about 18.5 million girls of average ear piercing age in formal sports each year. Since 80 to 90% of American women get their ears pierced, this leaves us with a minimum of 14.8 million girls who could potentially become customers at some point throughout their athletic careers. There's also strong potential for repeat customers who get multiple piercings or who would simply want to have various options of different colors or patterns. I'd like this product to be sold similar to the way mouth guards are sold now. We would manufacture the product with molds and a small assembly line, which is easily scalable, and then package and distribute them as a vendor to various sporting goods stores like Dick's or even young adult jewelry stores like Claire's. I also believe the online market could be very lucrative here. Now, I'd like to add that since creating this pitch, I've discovered there's actually already a patent for an extraordinarily similar product, and I've reached out to the gentleman who owns the patent, and he informed me that he hasn't really done any work on the product in over 5 years, just because he's become busy with other ventures. But I'm looking to convince him to reconsider the importance of this product and potentially allow me to assist in bringing the product to market for real this time. Because at the end of the day, safety should never come at the cost of self-expression. I'm hoping we can work together to make Take Them Out or You Don't Get to Play a saying of the past. Thank you.
Yes, wow, truly phenomenal. Thank you. Congratulations to all of our Face-Off contestants. You have clearly put in the work and demonstrated your capacity for entrepreneurship. And huge shout out to you guys. To the audience, we're going to go into breakout rooms in just a little bit. So try to go ahead and get your voting done as the coaches are speaking. Make your final adjustments and get those in. If you are a contestant, you are free to vote as well. So have no hesitation or reservations about that. And without further ado, I'm going to open the stage to our coaches, guests, and guest faculty. If I could have between 2 and 3 of you this time for the face-off, so we can really get some in-depth feedback. And yeah, 2 to 3 coaches. First for Zach, please.
Hi, this is Tim Murray. So if I look at Zach, I like the idea. The slides you showed, I thought were very good. They kind of brought us to what it's like in Haiti. So that was in terms of the challenges in the markets that you have. So, and I like the entrepreneurial approach. I was shocked when you said 93% are unemployed or underemployed or worried about their job. The chart itself, I think it could have been a little better. Your fonts were very small. It was hard to see. So a minor thing, but I didn't see much on the numbers. So, and again, I understand it's not an easy thing to quantify, but just as a high level, what would have been the perspective? But I like the idea. It was an interesting idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would say, Zach, I think it was a nice presentation. And as Tim said, it was good to see the picture. I wonder whether it would be useful to have some specific areas of focus for the types of business. In other words, would it be the sort of things that these 93% would be good to do without a lot of training? Assembly, furniture manufacture, agriculture, all sorts of things, sustainability perhaps. If you could have some specific areas of focus that you could direct the businesses to, I think it would make it easier to get more partners from around the world to support you.
Yeah, exactly. If I can respond, that's a question that I've actually gotten already, and it's something I'm looking into. Right now, we're kind of open to all ventures, but that's mainly because we don't know what's going to be successful in Haiti. That's going to be conversations that I have with Bishu. That's going to be conversations I have with other Haitian entrepreneurs currently. And then it's also going to be conversations I have with some of the nonprofits or people that are really experienced within these markets. So I didn't want to limit myself too early just because I don't have a lot of information about it, but I definitely agree with the idea. If we can kind of narrow down what's going to be successful in terms of maybe a sector or an idea of where we want to go, it'll help our investment model, and then it will probably lead to more success, which will help us grow faster and scale and all those other good things. But I definitely agree with you that it's something that needs to be explored, and we're undertaking it now. But at this stage, we're just not at that point.
Oh, great.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, one more coach.
Zach, I liked your presentation.
Thank you.
Thought it went really smooth. The one thing you kind of left me wanting to know more about was you threw a bunch of other organizations up there that are doing things today. I really would have liked to understood what you were going to do differently, what need you were looking to fill. And I think Andrew kind of touched on it. What segments might you go into? But I think if you're going to, it'd be really nice to know what void you're trying to fill other than just saying everybody needs help. That would have been very helpful in this, but nice presentation.
Yeah, thank you. If I can respond, a lot of these competitors are either providing just loans or providing just training. So we're trying to bring both of those together. And that's kind of the void we're going to be filling here. And the idea is this is more philanthropic work than trying to be revenue seeking. And there's still a lot of opportunity and a lot of untouched places in Haiti that don't have programs like this. So the way we're going to be looking at it is geographically, we're going to be a little different too. We're going to try to start in Cap-Haïtien, Haiti, which is the third largest city in Haiti, I believe, in terms of population. And then we're also going to try to go into rural areas around there that don't really have any economy at all. They're just kind of living off their own from my understanding. So that's, I guess, kind of where that's at. And I wish I could have touched more on that. But again, I wanted to get all of the key information down first about what we were thinking about doing and then comparing to other competitors.
I like the sense of what you were saying about trying to drive accountability, because I think more and more charities today, people who are giving to charities are looking for accountability. What happens, what are the results versus just the flywheel? So
yeah,
thank you.
Absolutely. No, I completely agree. It's something I've been having conversations about, and Rachel and Professor Henshaw have been helping me tremendously with thinking about that as well. So I appreciate their help and don't want to take all the credit there.
Yeah, Zach, and if you don't mind, if we could do a couple of words from Bishu while he's here.
Yeah, Bishu, feel free to pitch in if you have any ideas. Again, we haven't talked extensively about this yet, but he's on board and he's actually been trying to start his own e-commerce business. I've been trying to provide help, but I obviously am not an expert. So this is kind of where this idea came from as well.
Bishu, any words, or you good?
Actually, there's not really much to say right now. I still have to talk to Zach about some things, and but that's a great idea for Haiti, and I think it's gonna be good. Yeah.
Awesome. Love to hear it. All right. Well, thank you, coaches, for all your feedback. I hope, Zach, you make good use of it. And next, we're going to go to feedback for Kara.
Maybe I can kick off here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kara, I missed your previous presentation, and I know it was terrific. And this one was equally, well, was certainly terrific the first time I've seen it. I think it's a fabulous idea. I tried to hold my breath for as long as I could. I think I gave up after 28 seconds. I don't know whether that's good or bad, but it's good practice to do these things anyway. And if you're interested in diving, and it's a wonderful thing to do, I've only done it a few times. It's a good preparation in many ways, and I think it's something that's healthy. It's interesting, and particularly at the moment with this pandemic, it's a wonderful thing to get into, and I would love to be able to do it actually at any time. So a great presentation. I think it's got enormous potential, and I know you're going to see if you can get, I think it was certified with one of the centers. I hope you can do that, and I hope you can get this business going. I think it's terrific.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, Kara, my quick points, I echo the comments. I really like the introduction with the breathing. I mean, that's a great way to get us in the room. I know when most people present, we're all doing different things and on our phones and not paying attention. So to do an exercise to get us in the room, I think is very good. I love the comparison of the Statue of Liberty and the Washington Monument. Again, very good, makes me really understand what you're talking about. So that was a very good visualization. You mentioned, I think it was, there's 14 million units or something like that, but it wasn't put into revenue or dollar terms. So that's really my only comment on your presentation. The rest I thought was excellent.
Thank you. Yes, need to go crunch some numbers for sure.
Yeah.
All right, one more coach, guest coach. All commented out. Okay, no worries.
Let me just ask, what is the cost of the Oculus Quest 2, Kara?
It is quite expensive. It's I think in the neighborhood of $200 to $300, but it's outpaced growth of every other virtual reality unit that's ever come to market, and it's five times the expected sales already in pre-orders. So
yeah. We all need one.
On a personal note, I definitely was not aware of the price range of the Oculus until your presentation, and I have certainly been looking forward to that now as well. So thank you for that. And lastly, we're going to go on to some feedback for Amanda and coaches. Again, 2 or 3 of you guys. After this, we're going to break out into breakout rooms so that the community will have chances to ask questions as well.
Yeah, from my side, Amanda, this is my second time seeing your presentation. So I thought a big improvement in terms of the flow, your introduction, your voice tone. You were much more clear. I like the use of the quote from the ESPN about the sports. You gave the size of, again, it was 18.5 million, and then you said it was 80% to be 15 million. And then interesting that you reached out to get the patent. The only thing, again, in terms of revenue size of the market, that would have been the only thing I would have a little more clarity on, but otherwise I thought it was very good.
Thank you.
Hey, Amanda, I liked your presentation. It was the second time I heard it too. But I was going to ask you, are you dependent on a rule change from youth sports and like those kinds of things in order for this to happen? And like, have you explored that at all and figured out the feasibility of that?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I haven't looked into that one yet necessarily, just because I'm not sure. Like, I think it would need to be, like I said, I only recently found out that there was actually already a patent for this idea. And I think they would need to be like exploring a lot of that, and that's like going through like the product testing, maybe with like athletes, to make sure that it's comfortable and safe, that kind of thing. But I haven't really looked into the specifics on that yet.
And I think the other thing you had in the last presentation, you talked about men increasingly getting their ears pierced and the like. I mean, so that's, I think, a pretty significant. I had 4 or 5 ear piercings in high school, so I think that that's a sort of normal. At least it was for kids in the '90s. I don't know anymore, but so I don't think you should just necessarily cut your market off right off the bat, especially this early in the development.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Thank you.
Have you looked into ways in which this can be? I think you mentioned, Amanda, it would be attached at the front and the back of the ear. I'm just wondering how you could attach it securely. Obviously, you don't want to pierce the ear to make an attachment, and how secure it would be.
Yeah, I was thinking something with like a clamp so that it would like release and unrelease from the bottom, where you could like pinch it and it would release, one of those kind of designs.
Without damaging the ear, hopefully.
Yes, that's the hope.
I think it would be great if you could perhaps make a prototype, which you could show and take pictures of. I think that would help you along the way.
Yes, thank you.
All right, fantastic. Thank you all, coaches, for your valuable feedback. I know all the contestants have benefited greatly from it. And now, of course, for the community, I want to open the floor to you. So we're going to break out into breakout rooms. I will be rotating the contestants every 3.5 minutes. So if I cut you off mid-sentence, I'm sorry. Keep a timer in. I'll send a little blurb, or I'll send a message broadcast to all. So if everyone wants to go ahead and join their rooms, that would be great. Thank you. It is so nice to see all your faces yet again. Got kind of lonely here for these past 10 or so minutes. We're pulling the results. We're getting everything all finished up. Pretty soon we're going to have a rocket pitch winner for the entirety of fall 2020. I guess that's about as descriptive as it gets. Fall 2020 rocket pitch winner. But before we get into that, there are some important things that you need to be on the lookout for. First and foremost is going to be the check-in link for today, last event of the semester. Go ahead and solidify that you are here. Make your stake in history. Make your mark on history, however that phrase goes. But before we get to the winner, Nick actually has more details to share about the Innovation Challenge.
Awesome. Thanks, Tyler. And thanks, everybody, for having me on. It's great to see everybody. Just to give you a high-level overview of what exactly we're dealing with in terms of the Spring Innovation Challenge. For those of you who don't know, I was part of the team that was coordinating that challenge back last year and at the beginning of this year. So just from a high level, so we've extended the deadline over to the 22nd. So we encourage you just to select your teams and decide which problem you'd like to pursue. This year is a little bit different. In the past, we've assigned a problem to students to be able to kind of come up with a good solution to attack that angle. But this year we've actually provided 4 different statements for you to attack with your team. So by the 22nd, which is the application deadline, if you could put together your team and at the same time also agree on a statement that you'd like to pursue, that would be the way we would be going about it. But that's really it for this year. In terms of when the challenge actually kicks off, when it really starts to progress, a lot of that's moved over to next year. So you'll be doing a lot more communication with your mentors. We'll have video updates, things like that, that will basically help you stay on track with coming up with that solution, developing it with your team, and really coming up with something great for that problem statement that you'll end up pitching at a final pitch at the Ferguson headquarters on the 6th of March. That's next year. So that's kind of the high level. But I do encourage you to put your teams together. We're very excited to take a look at all you guys who come online and decide to attack one of these problem statements. But yeah, that's the high level. I look forward to seeing the applications, and thanks so much, guys, for considering that.
Thank you, Nick. Great information. Make sure you guys go ahead and get signed up for that. As you've heard twice now in the past 50 minutes alone, it is phenomenal. It is something you want to get involved in. It is something you want to tell all your friends to get involved to, because as we all know, competition fosters innovation. So as we close out this semester, we had this small thing that you may or may not have heard about called, let me see. Oh, that's right. The semester-long game. What? Wow, crazy. I know. The winners get to go to Virginia Beer Company next Saturday with, you get to do a nice personal tour with alumni Chris and Robbie. They are so excited to meet you all. And, you know, interestingly enough, I have a list next to me that has the names of our top 5 game winners. So can we give a round of applause for them and a drum roll for who's about to be announced? Okay, so for this semester's game, in first place with 2,750 points is Kevin Kokolis. So congratulations, Kevin, your first place. But there's still 4 more, so let's get down to it. Next is Sophia Cyberdine. Congratulations, 2,450 points. Absolutely phenomenal. You guys are killing it. And then third place, we have Maeve Marsh. Congratulations to you as well, 1,950 points. Fourth place is Daniel Kelly. He had 1,600 points. And then last but not least is Caroline Jordan with 1,500. Huge shout out to all of you. Incredible. Thank you for being engaged. You guys have truly put in the work. You definitely deserve this. If you're not 21, do not worry about it being at the Virginia Beer Company. You can still tour, you just cannot sample. So we'll send you more details over Slack in this upcoming week. Thank you all for being here. Don't go anywhere yet. We still have our Faceoff winner, which is equally, if not more exciting for this event. But a few more announcements from me before we get to that. If the 3 contestants could stay on the call for a minute afterwards, I want to get a nice group picture with you guys, just commemorate the wonderful work that you managed to do even over Zoom. It is truly, truly a difficult time to do that, and yet you still put in all the hard work and effort. And then after the group picture, if I could have the winner stay on just for some last instructions. And absolutely last announcement. I know I'm rambling. I'm sorry, guys. Just so much good news to bring to you. We are actually hiring. So if you are looking for ways that you can get involved at the Entrepreneurship Center, we are looking for the program coordinator. As an example of what a program coordinator does. Hello, hi, my name's Tyler. I host Rocket Pitch every Friday. It's a lot of fun. There's also areas in outreach, logistics, and communications. And if those sound like they would be of interest to you, stay tuned to our Slack channel or reach out to me or Katie or any of the other fellows or current program coordinators. If you have any friends that are just thinking about getting involved somewhere on campus, feel free to let them know as well. This is not restricted to any major. As a matter of fact, we love bringing entrepreneurship outside of just the business world. So as many people as you feel like might be interested, just go ahead and plug it in your group chat, send them my way, and we're more than happy to talk about this wonderful opportunity with them. Now, can we get a drum roll, please, for our rocket pitch face-off winner? It is none other than Amanda Willigrod. Congratulations.
All right. Well done, Amanda.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Yes. Congratulations. Anything you'd like to say?
I just want to thank everyone for coming and giving me awesome feedback and for supporting this idea. And I really hope that we can actually bring it to market.
Awesome. Thank you. And
Me too.
Yes. Whoa, it's exciting. Yes. Congratulations to everyone else that competed. As always, with the spirit of rocket pitch, just because you weren't this week's winner doesn't mean you can't be next semester's winner. Doesn't mean you can't go ahead and get your ideas off the ground on your own. We are still an entrepreneurship center. We are still here to help you. Reach out to me or anyone else on the team, and we're happy to take everyone's ideas to the next level. And this actually is my last rocket pitch as program coordinator. So I really enjoyed my time over this past semester, over the last semester as well. Thank you all for being here with me. I truly, truly would not have enjoyed this as much without the support and love from the audience. So thank you guys and have a great weekend.
Terrific job, Tyler.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Tyler. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.